First off, one of the movies coming out this year is 28 Years Later. Thoughts?
I'm assuming you've seen the trailer.
Yes.
When I watched the trailer, it was like one of the most enticing trailers I've seen because they did like that old like Soldier Poet and they like made it creepy. I've always been a fan of the first one, but having Killian back, I feel like they're gonna go places.
I'm excited to see where we take it. I'm really excited to see what the thought process is. And
So I wonder what kind of role he's gonna play because like he's not even in the trailer.
yeah, that's true.
You know what my worry is though? There's supposed to be a trilogy. My worry is when you sign up for a trilogy of anything, you know, you have to come out the gate swinging.
Yeah, but you
But
gotta stay
can you
consistent.
follow that? Consistent or above. If you drop down, you're never going to live that down.
So, are you planning on watching this movie this year?
Yes, I am. Absolutely.
Same here. Next one, Quiet Place 3. And,
No. I've seen the first one.
Yeah. I did not watch the other one. It was like day one. I haven't watched that yet. I don't think we need another one. I'm just being honest. And John Krasinski is pitched for this movie, and he dies in the first one.
Oh, so it's gonna be a prequel, you know?
Why would you call it the third? And then like you've already done a prequel.
A prequel to the fucking prequel,
Because you
man.
did day one. You can't go before day one. Cause
Day zero. When that movie came out, there was a wave of fucking horror movies that did the exact same thing. I don't think it really stood out above the rest. I think it's just like running the mill. So I'm with you. I'm not really excited if we get another sequel because I haven't seen the last two sequels anyway.
Yeah.
Like, if you're going to do a movie like that, like, I love the idea of a quiet place.
Yeah, the idea is phenomenal.
You have to be quiet. In retrospect of that, I think Hush did that idea better. You know, it did it completely differently. It's not the same thing.
Yeah.
It's like more of a stalker slasher versus like monsters. But if you're doing a sound horror movie, I don't feel like you can drag that out too much because like what do you have left to do?
Another one, The Black Phone 2.
I did enjoy The Black Phone.
Where do we go now?
Exactly, because it's going to have to be a prequel or a copycat killer or it's going to have to be another. It's almost going to be like an anthology series where it keeps the same base, but it's a different story.
Ethan Hawke is in the movie again. How?
So the only way is one, it's going to be a prequel, or two, stupid. You're going to make them supernatural, which would kind of work because the whole aspect was them ghost boys dialing on the phone. But I feel like the odds are still against you in that one.
I agree. A lot of times when I see movies like where like the killer dies, unless you already knew going into it, like he's kind of a supernatural being. That dude didn't come off tough to me.
No, he was just like your average Joe who just
Yeah.
like had this fetish for killing little boys.
Yeah, that's
And there
it.
was something supernatural going on.
And again,
in
the
basement.
movie's good.
Yeah, I enjoyed the movie.
Yeah, it's just
We don't need a sequel.
I don't need a sequel. Next, Megan 2.0.
No. I'm not going to rag on Megan. I didn't mind the movie. It's definitely not in my taste.
Yeah.
Like my daughter, she really loves that movie. My thing is when you go like AI and robotics, I quickly lose interest in things. It's been done for like the past 40 fucking years. You know what I'm saying? Like if you really want to break AI down, I know like the perspective of AI these days is different, but go back to Terminator. You know, go back to, is it Blue Cell movies? Shit like that. Megan's not really any different from me. iRobot.
I wasn't really big on Megan either. It made me think of like the 2019 Chucky movie. Like
AI gone wrong.
he got a toy and it was there for to be a friend.
It's redundant.
Yeah, it's just we're doing that
It's
same
redundant.
process, and I get some people enjoyed it. Cool. We've got a Frankenstein movie.
I've never been big on Frankenstein. I feel like if you bring in a good director, a good actor,
The director is Guillermo del Toro. He's directed Blade 2. He's directed Hellboy 1 and 2.
Hellboy is what I know him for. The director does make good films, but I feel like if he is this supposed to be a horror movie, like a die-hard horror movie?
It says it's a gothic science fiction horror film. It's directed by him.
I don't see this being a die-hard horror movie. That's just not his style. You know, he has a certain style of filmmaking. I don't see that translating well to me. That's just my opinion.
Popeye the Slayer, man.
I'm not with this new age public domain. Let's turn into horror movies.
Like
Mickey Mouse,
Screamboat.
Yeah, I'm not with that shit. And I'm not knocking their product. Like I'm honestly not. You know, if you're a filmmaker and you really have that goal, do your thing. I'm not into seeing these childhood characters turn into horror things. That's not for me.
Nothing about that sounds good to me. It'd be different if it was like an established character that was in some sort of horror way or had something tragic happen to their life to make you think that. But Popeye's whole thing was just like, he didn't want old dude trying to steal his girl.
Yeah.
And when he did, I'm gonna eat this spinach, it's gonna make me strong, I'm gonna beat your ass. That's
Yeah.
it.
Damn,
Basic
motherfucker.
plot. And like, Popeye's dope, but like, that, none of that makes me think,
horror movie.
Popeyes is gonna fucking murder some people.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And these are both untitled because they haven't actually come up with a title for it. But first one is an Anaconda film. And it just says Anaconda film, so it could be prequel, whatever. I do want to, because this is interesting, because it really is going to throw me off. Because of the two people they have cast so far for this movie. One is Paul Rudd.
Interesting.
I don't dislike Paul Rudd, and I think he could do horror stuff. Because he was in, Halloween.
Yeah.
So he's not terrible at it. The other person, though, is Jack Black. And I love Jack Black.
That's going to be a weird transition.
I love him to death. But
you have to play comedic relief carefully in a horror film.
yeah.
Because if you do it too much, it becomes a horror comedy.
Yeah.
And you can't take the movie seriously.
No, and Jack Black is like...
Is a die-hard comedian.
Yeah, and like... I mean,
in every film.
And that's the thing. He's just him. He's just himself. And there's nothing wrong with that.
The thing is, he has the range.
Yeah, he could do it. And I'm sure he might be able to do this, but if he's playing comedic relief, it's going to be hard for me to like... It's going to be hard. But would I want to see another Anaconda film? Maybe.
I'm not a fan of the franchise.
I
love the first one.
The first one, yeah.
Fucking J-Lo, Cube.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
After that, though, it kind of
it was not. Then you had the verses,
Yeah.
Anaconda versus everybody in the fucking world.
Lastly, this is the last one we're going to do. It's also entitled, is I Know What You Did Last Summer sequel. Cast for this as of right now.
Yeah, you got some of the OGs.
Yeah, you got Freddie.
Jennifer.
I don't know what to expect from this. This is going to be kind of like how they did 2018 Halloween.
It's going to be a requel.
How they did Scream. We're going to bring the other back, and it's going to take place after. Well, at least Scream stayed consistent. Like It was like it took place after 4. Halloween 2018 was like we're going to scrap all these movies.
Don't remember those?
Yeah,
it didn't happen.
Yeah, that didn't happen.
Same thing with Texas Chainsaw.
Yep, a lot of that just didn't happen.
Wrong turn,
Yeah, so
I don't want this movie, but I do want this movie, and here's why. We watched one of the worst fucking movies ever. I still know what you did. Or I'll always know what you did last summer.
Yeah,
well, he's just a fucking ghost.
He's a zombie.
Reason.
Yeah.
Somewhere in on the other part of the fucking country. Then we had the TV show. I remember episode 2 was good.
And
then it just fucking face dropped.
Yeah.
They have any kind of creative direction like Jennifer or Freddie, I feel like this is a chance for redemption. And I want that for them.
You have to cut out 3 because 3 didn't have any of the cast and it took place in a whole different location.
Yeah, just like a fucking one-off.
Yeah.
But with the name on it. I don't understand that.
1 was good. 2 is iffy because that's another Jack Black's in that, and I didn't like Jack Black in that one. Didn't feel
Jack
right
Black is Jack Black.
Yeah, he's
even back then.
Again,
the last scene of part 2 was her being trapped in a room with a killer again. So if they don't explain that, I'm gonna be upset.
Yeah, because I'm
gonna be highly upset.
Yeah, because they didn't explain it in 3 because there's no reason for them to do it.
The main thing I hate about horror movie reboots, prequels, is retcons.
Yep.
There's too many of them. The next project, you're gonna retcon that retcon.
What if they bring in the characters from the TV show? Like they take.
You just have this universe.
Yeah, they take place at the end of that season.
30 years ago, we hit this man on a bridge. Oh my God, we did that 2 years ago.
Yeah. Oh my God.
I can relate.
We can do this.
Fuck that.
It's both of them.
Yeah, they just came back to life. They retcon the whole show and just go start fresh.
And then the zombie from 3 comes in.
Yeah, I'm the real Bill.
Oh my God. Would I watch this potentially?
The trailer's got to hit me to watch it.
It's got to
But I do wish some success with this movie. I do.
I hope so. Yeah.
Because it's one of those 90 movies that came out with I wouldn't say it redefined horror because it did not, but whatsoever. But it was a very interesting 90s hit.
Oh yeah.
That caught some steam, and the sequel was okay. It wasn't bad, but it wasn't great, and then just went fucking downhill.
Oh yeah.
So yeah, I want this to be a big banger for them. I don't want them to make another 2 or 3 films.
No.
After this.
One and done would be fine. As long
But for the sake of how much I like Freddie and Jennifer, I hope they make a banger film right off into the sunset.
Me too.